guys, Cass from Lovely Impact here, and today I want to talk to you about Pinterest, specifically how Pinterest differs from personal use to business use, because they are two very different things. So one of the biggest mistakes we see our clients doing when they go to create a Pinterest business account is using Pinterest as if it's the same as how you would use it on a personal account. And they're just not. They're just very, very different. So I want to kind of roll you through the two ways to use them, the kind of how they are structured and how these two different versions exist and how they work together to bring kind of content to the end user, and how to think about Pinterest for business in a way that makes it so that you are building your account for your clients and not for yourself as a user. Okay, so I'm going to do a little demo walkthrough of Pinterest for personal use, and then I'm going to do a demo walkthrough of Pinterest for business so that you can see how they are structured differently. Okay, let's dive in. Okay, so this is a personal Pinterest account that I set up and created it for the purposes of this video. But when you log into Pinterest as a user, right, and on your personal account, you get a home feed, right? This is the first thing you see. And in this home feed is all sorts of stuff that Pinterest thinks that you would be interested in and that you would want to see, with the hopes that you are then clicking on it and going to other people's content. Hopefully you click on an ad so that they make money. Hopefully you find things that you really love, and you go down this rabbit hole, clicking from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, that basically keeps you on Pinterest and engaging with their content. Okay, so the home feed is made up of suggested things for you based on the things that you indicated you were interested in when you first set up your account, and also based on the things that you've searched recently. Okay, so for me, you see that there are some book recommendations, there's some interior design stuff, there's morning routine, there's food, there's recipes, there's all these tips and tricks and things based on stuff that I have searched. Well, I don't know how this came up, but just all these kinds of things that Pinterest thinks that I'm going to be interested in based on my previous use and my previous search history. Okay, so let's take a look at my profile. Now, I have organized my content into boards, right? If you've ever used Pinterest before, you know that you pin things that you want to come back to onto a board. So I have things about dog training. I have tattoo ideas. I have food ideas, right? Some astrology stuff, interior design stuff, personal development, books that I want to read. And I pin each of the things that I come across to different boards. And it's just a way for me to be able to quickly come back to what I was looking for the next time I log into Pinterest. Okay, so as a personal user, you could have anywhere from 5 boards to 100 boards with all of the different things that you're interested in categorized into these areas. Then you come back next time, you look at that board because you're, I really got to come up with a quick dinner idea for tonight. I don't have anything to make. Let me just come on here and see what looks good. And I'll pick up my pen and I'll click on the link, and it'll take me to the website with these 30 easy recipes for college students. And then, the next time I come back, I am looking for tattoo ideas because I'm ready to get my next tattoo, or I'm looking for reading recommendations. And then each time I click on that, Pinterest is hoping that I'll go back down the rabbit hole and spend more time on their platform engaging with the content. Okay, so this is kind of in a nutshell how people use Pinterest as a user. It's how they save their content and stuff like that. But they also use the search function. So let's say that you were in a conversation with your bestie and she said something about this really cool mirror. Okay, so you go to Pinterest and you look for cool mirror and you get all these recommendations. Okay, and maybe you click one, maybe you are shopping for it, so you find one you love and you go through to the website and you buy the mirror on the spot. Maybe you just save some ideas for later. Doesn't matter. But then let's say that you are also looking for how to start a new career. So I type in how to start a new career. And all of a sudden, I've got all of these blog posts and articles from people, from businesses who've submitted their content on Pinterest for me to check out and look at. Okay. So this is how Pinterest users find your content. They're searching for something. Pinterest is a search engine, and sometimes they are searching directly for the specific topic by punching things into the search bar. And other times it just comes up in their home feed and they find things randomly based on what Pinterest has suggested, based on their previous searches and their interests. There are a lot of ways that people can run across your stuff. You can also pay for ads to put your content in their feed, in their home feed. Let me see if I can find, I probably haven't used enough on this account for Pinterest to be recommending ads to me. But let's say that I was on another account that I've been using for years. I would be getting ads kind of like every fourth or fifth pin. So you can pay for ads to get your content in front of people who would be interested in your stuff. But basically, this is how the end user is using Pinterest. And this is something that you have to keep in mind as a business owner, because you need to create your content and pin your content in a way that you know it will then get found however people are using Pinterest. Okay. All right, so that's kind of the overview. And I wanted to go through all of that as it, like, for personal use, in case you're thinking about using Pinterest, but you've never actually used it before, or in case, you've had Pinterest for a while and we're just doing a quick refresher and overview. Okay. All right, so now we're going to jump into how people use Pinterest for business. And I'm just going to switch my accounts here. And I'm going to switch to the Lovely Impact account. And now let's take a look at how you use Pinterest as a business owner. Okay. So first of all, you'll see that we have our profile optimized. I'm not going to go through all that today. That'll be, we've gone through that in other places. We have our blog post on the blog that you can read. We have some Pinterest products and courses and things like that coming out. If you need help with Pinterest, setting up your profile, all that kind of stuff, there are other resources to help you. But you can see as a business, we've got a lot of content on our Pinterest account. Okay. And it's all branded to the Lovely Impact brand. And if you come to our boards list and come to our profile, where we've got everything saved, you see we've got boards created for all sorts of different things related to running a coaching business. So we have show website templates for coaches. We have business tips for coaches. We have business tools for coaches, coaching questions, coaching quotes, website tips, branding tips, marketing tips, a general life coaching board, copywriting tips, blogging tips, just all sorts of stuff that's related back to coaches. Okay. And this is all about how to run a coaching business. Now, if you click into one of our boards, you're going to see that things look extremely different than it would look on our personal account. So let's go to business tips for coaches. Okay. So we've got our board optimized with keywords in the description. And then if you scroll through here, you'll see that all of our content at this point, 2 years into our Pinterest account, all of our content that has been pinned and shared to this board is from us. It's content that we've created as a business. Okay. There's no mix in of other people's content. Okay. Now that's 2 years in. Okay, so you might start a business Pinterest account now, and you might be mixing in other people's content in order to help fill your boards, and that's perfectly fine. Let me scroll. Let me see if I can scroll to the bottom of this board back when we were also sharing other people's content to fill in the gaps. This might be the wrong board to be doing this on because there are so many pins on this board. It might take forever to get to the end. Yeah, it's taken a long time. Anyway, so like I was saying, so we share all of our own content to our boards, and we don't go into the Pinterest feed and just start pinning random content from other people to our boards, because our goal is to direct our followers out, the people who are following our content, who follow our profile, who come to our profile to look for stuff. Our goal is to direct them back to our website and back to our products and services. So we are not then sharing a lot of other people's content because we don't want them to go to other people's stuff. Okay. But like I said, this is 2 years down the road. Now, when we started, we mixed in other people's content on a consistent basis, but we were very careful to vet that content and make sure that it was high quality and we would actually recommend that person, because we didn't want to recommend someone who was questionable or who didn't have good content, because we're trying to prove to our followers and customers that our recommendations are valuable. Yeah. So this board, it just keeps loading and loading and loading and loading. This might be like absolutely the wrong one to do. Let me click to another board and see if I can find one that has some stuff. Okay, so let's go to blogging tips, because this one has far less, not near as many pins saved to it, but I can't guarantee that. Okay, so here we go. So now you see we have some content from other people that we've shared mixed in with ours, because we didn't have enough content to fill our board as we were first getting started, right? So as you start as a business owner, you are going to fill your boards with a mix of your content and other people's content with a definite preference and like, what's the word I'm looking for? My mind just went blank. A preference to prioritize your content rather than other people's. Okay. Now, let's talk about how you are creating content and optimizing content with that end user in mind. So I'm going to come in here. Let's go back to business tips for coaches, and let's just pull up a random pin to show you kind of how we are using it with our end user in mind. Okay. So the ultimate starting a coaching business checklist for coaches. Okay. So we have used keywords, Pinterest keywords, keywords that we found on the Pinterest platform, and also SEO keywords that we found that people are searching for on Pinterest, in SEO, and wherever they're looking for content, right? And we have made sure that we've had a description that includes those keywords. We've also added some of those extra keywords at the end of our description for this pin, all with the end goal of getting people who are searching for how to start a coaching business to find their way to this pin. Okay. And if they search and this pin comes up in the feed immediately, great. If it doesn't come up immediately, then Pinterest might recommend it to them the next time they log in and go to their home feed. Excellent. And we could theoretically run an ad to this pin as well in order to put it in front of people who have searched for topics related to starting a coaching business. Now, what we haven't done is just pin it randomly to a random board and let it sit there, right? We are optimizing the pin and the descriptions and everything like that to be put in front of our users, put in front of our ideal clients, and get them to find our content. Okay. So in a nutshell, that rambling mess that I just went through is the difference between using Pinterest as a business owner as compared to using it as a personal consumer, right? So as a personal consumer, let me stop the share so I can talk to you. As a personal consumer, you're looking for ideas, you're looking for answers, you're looking for things to help you in your life. As a business owner, you are providing those ideas, providing those answers, and putting them in front of people to make their lives better. Okay. So that's kind of how it works. That's kind of the difference between Pinterest as a user and Pinterest as a business owner. You're going to make every decision about setting up and creating and filling your Pinterest account, your business Pinterest account, with that end user in mind, thinking about what are they searching for? What are they looking for? What are they hoping to get when they come to Pinterest? And how can I provide those answers and those recommendations and get them in front of my user? Okay. I hope that makes sense. I know I talk a lot and I repeat myself sometimes, but hopefully you get kind of the gist of how it all works and how they differ. Okay. All right. So with that said, and all of that in mind, I hope that you're considering using Pinterest for your business. And I hope that you have fun setting up an account and getting it started and going through the process and learning everything you need to know. If you need help and support, we do have different products and trainings on Pinterest, as using Pinterest as a coach in order to find clients. So check out our website, lovelyimpact.com, and hopefully you find what you're looking for. Thank you. See you later.